I just wanted to do one more quick video on 660 Day 3 because I came up with this comp that utilizes Rattlegore with his Rattling Bones equipment. And it's pretty funny, so I wanted to feature it and let you guys see it. So Xaril really only deals a significant amount of damage with Sinister Strike, which targets the lowest health enemy. And with Rattlegore and his Rattling Bones, he'll just soak all of the Sinister Strikes. The only other attack to worry about is the Outcast attack that hits the left and rightmost enemy. So if you position like this, with Rattlegore on the left and Genn on the right, then either Genn or his summons can tank those hits on the rare occasion that he uses that attack. And Rattlegore also has a fire spell which can activate Geddon. So if you ever get a turn where they're not Sinister Striking your Rattlegore before he gets to act, you can activate Fire Combo with Bone Flame, and then get your fire combo, and then do a summon with Genn, or you can just skip an Inferno combo one turn and get a summon out that way if you need that additional layer of protection. But the comp is just Rattling Bones, Mark of Conflag, Building in Strength, Unstable Runes on Medivh, and then I'm using Scout Spyglass. You could also use Swashbuckling Sash if you wanted to fight Curator using Rogers. I think the Spyglass is probably more useful in case he summons a Twin Fin and you need to get rid of it so you don't die to a nature anomaly. And then I'm using Dragon's Mark on Voone because he's sort of a backup fire activator for Geddon. But he's not likely to actually see any play. So it's pretty straightforward, and there's not really much to think about. It's just looking for opportunities to use a Bone Flame so you can get a Genn summon out. And other than that, I just kind of do the same thing every turn like that. So you can see all the Sinister Strikes just hit Rattlegore. We actually got the triple Sinister Strikes. That would have been a hard opener for some of the other comps. Okay, let's see. Okay, he's using Sinister Strike, so I'm not going to be able to get a summon out this turn. So we are going to eat this Outcast attack. Ooh, actually, he got a really high attack anomaly, so in order to have my Genn not die this turn, I have to skip my fire combo, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. That is a very high attack anomaly. But he can only do that every other turn, so you always have your Genn summon available for it. So there's no real risk there. Okay, so this turn, there's no Sinister Strikes, but unfortunately, our summon's on cooldown. Also keep in mind, with this positioning, you're going to have a tendency to want to act with Geddon before Genn, but you need to do it the other order so you get your fire combo when Rattlegore gets interrupted. Okay, so he's just doing the Outcast attack, so we can do this, and we will get a fire combo this time. And we got rid of the big red guys, so there's not really any more risk. Now, you might want to kill off your Rattlegore for treasure odds, but it doesn't work. There's, I guess, maybe it's a bug, maybe it's not, maybe it's intended, but if Rattlegore dies completely and runs out of resummons because his health is gone, he still comes back after the fight's over, so he won't be dead. I have to shoot myself here because he's stealthed. I consider this a bug that he's able to stealth when he's the only target, but it is what it is. You can just play around it. And I'm getting a combo activation off Rattlegore here, so I can act afterwards with Genn. You could also kill your Geddon off here. You could even not bring Geddon and just bring an additional Artillery Strike Mercenary and kill the boss with, say, Medivh, Genn, and Rattlegore, using Rattlegore just to tank damage. So we do have to do Genn first here. But that would give you a bit slower kill but it should work for a bit better artillery strike odds. You're still not going to be able to get rid of Rattlegore due to the thing I just mentioned, but... And your Rattlegore's lives are just his base HP divided by 5. So mine can die 23 times. And getting cheap upgrades up to like rank 10 is an easy way to boost that HP if you need to. Okay, that's fine. Alright, artillery strike, very nice. So you can beat Curator even if you don't hit artillery strike. If you use Geddon, you probably want to use Genn and Medivh, because you want to be able to taunt like your Genn or even your counter rune to tank the hits in between Genn summons from the red Zubot attacking. I'm just going to take Cursed Blade here. Cursed Blade's actually pretty nice with this Rattlegore equipment, but it's not useful here because it's just a Medivh fight. With the Cursed Blade, even if Rattlegore goes all the way down to 0 attack and keeps dying, so that like he'd have this -2 attack, taking him even below 0, he still always has at least 50 attack with the Cursed Blade. So it, or whatever rank it is, you could go higher if you had more points in it. So Cursed Blade is actually pretty good on undying Rattlegore. Now here on the Medivh fight, you don't want to put Rattlegore in play because his skills are too fast. So you'd rather just have a bird in that slot. So we're gonna put Geddon on the left. And then make sure if you have anybody with a battle cry, like if you had a Eudora with a battle cry cannon, just make sure your Medivh is left of them so that the summon that you get is a counter ward and not whatever the other battle cry is. And the reason I put Geddon on the left is I don't want a fire combo because it wastes animation time. Because we're just going to Inferno every turn to proc the Genn heal. Alright, I'm going to shoot at that. And I just want to get rid of Rogers. I don't want Rogers to die yet, but this will take Rogers down to 2 hit points. So the goal here is to kill off Rogers and summon a bird in place of Rogers, and kill off this and summon a bird in place of this shard as well. So we do get a bird this turn. So I'm going to shoot Rogers first. So I guess I can do it this way. Get 1 extra heal. Not that it matters. I could have just have Rogers not act. I'm just trying to get to where I have all things that can act at 6 speed. And I don't want to kill this off yet, because I don't want a new mercenary to come in. I just want a bird. Okay, so just doing 6 speed stuff, and now we can get the bird. Okay, now the rest of this is just act at 6 speed to activate Genn heals. So pretty cool comp. It's pretty mindless too, so you could farm with this if you wanted to. It wouldn't be the worst farm, but I think the renown rates per time are worse than some of the other options that we have available right now. Day 1 with the Varden comp is about 1500 renown per hour if you have a good Belinda and Varden. And there are a few farms where you can go down to like 300 to 400-ish if you have a strong enough Baron Geddon and farm day 1 or day 2 at a lower level. But you need a Geddon that does like 500 damage Inferno or something to really do that effectively, to match the renown rates that you can get at max level with Varden. So it's kind of difficult, but there are a couple of different farming options that are okay. But for the most part, this week is just bad farms all around. If we actually got a good farm, like one of the solo bosses where you can just kill them behind a counter ward with Malchezaar and do like 3-minute runs at the max rank, and then artillery strike all the rest of the bosses, those at 660 should produce over 2,500 renown per hour. We just haven't gotten a farm like that in like 3 weeks, or close, coming up to a month now, I think, since we last had a good farm. Alright, and this should take care of Medivh. So you don't have the best artillery strike odds with this comp, especially if you leave Geddon alive. You can improve that by removing Geddon or killing Geddon off at the end of Xaril. But it's a reasonably quick run. This was around 10 minutes or so. 22 turns, so decent one, and you get to use a rarely seen Rattlegore, so pretty fun run. Good luck.